like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. I'm alone in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crooks and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no end to sight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
And oh man, what a good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? My, oh my, good to see you, Max. Missed a new case yesterday. No, I didn't miss it. I knew what was going on. I've been keeping track of all that stuff. Sorry, there's no camera tonight. My camera took a crapper, so no camera tonight. But hey, we've got freedom seeds for peanut. So, oh yeah, gotta love it. Oh man, it's such a beautiful day. You know, to all the veterans out there, happy Veterans Day. I mean, it is, you know, we celebrate every single one of you that have served and have been there. So we do thank you, man. So this new filing Max is talking about. Hey, how you doing, Star? Good to see you. Yeah, this new filing that Max is talking about. Crazy stuff. I mean, it is absolutely insane. I've read through it a little bit here. It looks like Jeremy has filed a complaint against it's not just Jeremy. It's also most definitely Jack. Most definitely. It is it's a day. It is a day, and we do thank every single veteran out there, and I mean every single one of them. Looks like Jeremy under Elephant Shoe LLC doing business with the Hales, Jeremy B. Hales, and Randy Shockett. No, thank you. Maybe not. I appreciate that. No, I'm out of town, so you know having the camera set up. It's just not working like it should. So I'm not running a camera tonight, but I've got one at the house. So no, thank you so much though, baby. Not, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. No, it's, so not only is Jeremy involved in this, but also Randy's involved in this one, as is a plaintiff. You got Doocy. And of course, you've got the Lynette, Michelle, Alexis, Lacey, Preston, LMNOP, QR, NOP, XY, and Z. Oh yeah, yeah. It was so close. It was so close. I already have to support Valhalla. That's enough appreciation today. Yeah. Yeah, Valhalla, man. Man, it was and Volstorm, thank you so much for coming by. Damn it, I bet you I didn't add you guys into that list. I had such a wonderful 10K stream. I mean, it didn't hit 10K, but the 3-year anniversary was wonderful. Shizzy has some midlife acne, pimples at almost 50. Oh my god. That's awesome. No. It was such a wonderful time. And of course the fleas got out there and started screaming, saying, "Oh, Shizzy got his channel knocked down. They're saying it's squirrels or something." No, it was a chipmunk video, and it was a news story of a friend of mine that she started doing like exotic dinners for a chipmunk, and it was a news story. All you have to do is look up Atlanta chipmunk, Thelonious Monk. That's what she named it. And Angela's an absolute sweetheart. She's a food blogger in Atlanta. And so she had put these, she had just started doing this and putting them up on like Instagram. They're actually pretty funny. If you ever get a chance, you can always check out Angela's, stuff on Instagram. But it was something she was doing, and of course I showed the video, and Paramount struck it for copyright, which blocked the whole stream. So once I got it back, Paramount was just like, yeah, we're not dropping the copyright on it. So I just deleted the portion of it so you guys could enjoy the stream. I mean, that's the only thing that's missing. I think there's maybe 2-3 minutes missing out of it, and it's what they wanted. So yeah, thank you, Dana. I mean, it was a good time. I mean, I had all of the fine people that have helped this channel out, as either content creators or supporters on, and it was a big thank you to them, because they're this is the other thing that these freaks and fools, I guess as Jeremy puts it, don't seem to understand is, whenever you have other content creators that they give you good advice or can show you a neat little trick, you're always thankful for every single one of those. And I say that because, we do, Fallstorm, Yamaha, Dictionary Diva. I've had, Feral Housewife and Caitlin Commons, MG Law, all of these people, besides Yamaha would come on, Kaiser Pineapple, and they really made Sunday Spice successful, and made it fun. And so it was all of these people gave, advice and help, and support in more ways than one. And, whenever Jeremy came on, it was no different than having another content creator that would come on and say, hey, I see you're doing X, Y, or Z, and that looks like it's working really well for you. You might want to try doing something like this, and this is going to help your algorithm. I mean, those are the kinds of support that is always appreciated. And of course, the fleas take it as, oh, see, we got some conspiracy here. They're working in, they're all in cahoots with each other. It's like, no, there's no cahoots. It's a appreciation for other people giving you support. But of course, they can't seem to get that kind of, what do you call it? grassroots started with them. They've got an issue with having that ability to find people that actually care about them. And you know, I sort of feel bad for them a little bit, but not really. I mean, it is one thing to you know, sit there and try to tear people down, which that's seems to be what their channel has been all about from the beginning. And now it's starting to eat them alive. You can tell by their numbers how bad they are at doing anything. It's as wonderful as they like to think that they are. They've managed to suck the wind and the life out of just about everything they touch. They're like succubuses, and you just want to say, okay, have a good one. Oh, you have a good one, Megan. Oh, it's so good to see. Well, she's loved to hang out. It's been a bad day. I lost your pup. Oh, I'm sorry to hear your pup is gone. You know, and definitely God bless all the veterans out there. They've kept us where we are today, and you get to feeling better. And I know how that goes. I really do. Oh, and definitely Yamaha always definitely thank Yamaha for his service. He managed to be, in the service of throwing poop buckets on my front porch. And so, that kind of service, I don't know if it should be appreciated or adored. I don't know, but I'll tighten up the nipple rings on him later. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Will not roll out of bed for hors d'oeuvres of bacon and creme fraiche, but Yamaha puts on his capstan speaks for Shizzy. Oh, love it. I love it. Thanks, Chucky. All right. So let me get back into this here. Oh, where is it? All right. Oh, I have totally removed it. Screen. I'm a fool. I'm a fool with a plan. All right. So it gets down to this here complaint. Plaintiffs complaining of the defendants allege and say the parties of who they are. We know who What the Hales is. We know who Jeremy Hales is. That he's resident. That he's uses several online business platforms to generate revenue, including without limitation YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. YouTube's main source of revenue is advertising, which enables businesses to find relevant audiences and grow their businesses and brands via unique YouTube channel platforms for a business. Creators who are part of the YouTube Partner Program, which I am also, are eligible to share in advertising revenue. Mr. Hales is part of the YouTube Partner Program with a current YouTube subscription fan base of over 739,000 people across the world for the YouTube channel What the Hales, and is the spokesperson for What the Hales. Businesses who maintain a YouTube platform can complement their brand with Facebook business pages, which primarily function as a marketing platform for businesses. Enable them to connect with customers and promote their offerings. Facebook business pages are public profiles that allow businesses to share information, engage with users, run targeted ad campaigns. Now, on Facebook business page called What the Hales with a $sign with over 327,000 followers, TikTok creators make money on TikTok. The most successful TikTok users make money through a combination of revenue streams that can include sponsorships, fundraising, drives, product sales, and accepting tips. They can also promote products through affiliate link and get paid directly from brands. Hales is also a TikTok creator. Also would be, well, you guys can be jealous. What I should do is see. We'll send an invite out there to the Volstorm. If Yamaha is unable to, maybe Volstorm will come in and raise 9 kinds of hell, because he likes to do that. There we go. So as you can see, that the Hales Premium Access to Social Media Platform, which is an open video diary of Hales' life. They're also social media platform. So we pretty much know all of this information. This is pretty much straightforward what they do. Whatnot auctions for items that occurs during its storage unit hunts. Whatnot user, what the hell's, blah, blah, blah. Plaintiff Randall M. Shockett is a resident of Florida. That's all that you need to show on that. It's just like he's a resident of Florida. Now, Ducey is a resident of Massachusetts. Now, defendant, well, LMNOP is a resident of Florida, of course. Jurisdiction and venue, of course, subject matter jurisdiction over this action pursuant the Florida constitutional art, and I'm not even going to go into those numbers, which grants circuit courts exclusive original jurisdiction, all actions at law not cognizable by the county courts. This court has personal jurisdiction over dues pursuant 48.193, which provides that a person submits to the jurisdiction of the courts of Florida by committing a tortious act within the state. Now, Ducey's unauthorized practice of law in Florida constitutes a tortious act within the state. This court has personal jurisdiction over Lynette, or LMNOP, who is a resident of Levy County, Florida. This court is the proper venue for this cause pursuant to Florida statutes, as the cause of action accrued in Levy County, Florida, where defendants Ducey and Preston engaged and facilitated the unauthorized practice of law. Statement of facts. Well, Ducey is an attorney currently licensed to practice law in the states of Connecticut, Massachusetts. He has also not been admitted to pro hoc vice or pro hoc vice to practice law in any proceedings in the Florida state courts. This system includes two levels of trial courts, the county courts and circuit courts, as well as appellate courts, district courts of appeal, and the Florida Supreme Court. Despite not being licensed in Florida or admitted pro hoc vice, defendant Ducey is engaged in unauthorized practice of law in the state of Florida. Now, Ducey has sent numerous emails directly to the Florida State Court's judicial assistants on behalf of Preston, including communications to Judge Grubbs, judicial assistant, and other court personnel in the 8th Judicial Circuit of Florida. Now, on September 15th, Ducey prepared legal documents for Preston that were filed in the Florida state courts, including without limitation, and answered defenses, counterclaims filed in that specific case number. Now, he signed those communications to Florida state courts as Ducey. Now, defendant Preston, or LMNOP, willingly allowed defendant Ducey to represent her in Florida state court proceedings despite knowing he was not licensed to practice law in Florida. Now, Preston filed legal documents in Florida state courts that were prepared by Ducey, knowing full well that he was not authorized to practice law in Florida. Also, LMNOP actively participated in and facilitated defendant Ducey's unauthorized practice of law by communicating with him about her legal matters, providing him with information to prepare legal documents, a big no-no, and submitting those documents to the Florida state courts, another big no-no. Now, Shockett is a licensed attorney to practice law in Florida. He also represents plaintiffs, what the Hales. No document on screen. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. I'll bring up the document. Thank you. Thank you, Jack. Squid finished today. It was okay. Oh. Now, he represents what the Hales, Jeremy Hales, Florida court proceedings. On October 23rd, 2025, Shockett filed a motion to strike unauthorized communications and for sanctions of unauthorized practice of law against Ducey in Florida court, detailing defendant's unauthorized practice of law in Florida, a copy being attached here to is Exhibit 1. the Florida court recognized the conduct of Ducey as constituting the unauthorized practice of law through proceedings related to plaintiff's motion to strike unauthorized communication and for sanctions, and has a hearing in December of 2025. Now, this becomes very important. Pay attention to this date of December of 2025. Now, Ducey is repeatedly engaged in disparaging, discourteous, unprofessional communications regarding Shockett, referring to him as a scumbag, the scummiest of all time, clown, clown soul, coward, laughingstock, crook in emails and social media posts. In an email dated February 28, 2025, Ducey wrote to Shockett, "You scumbag," and referred to plaintiff as the worst of dirtbag lawyers I've ever dealt with. Well, all you have to do, Ducey, if you want to see the worst of scumbag lawyers, just look at yourself in the mirror, and maybe it will really stand out to you, like your nose. Ducey has also made unsubstantiated allegations that plaintiff Shockett lied on his floor bar application and has encouraged others to challenge plaintiff to publish his application. Now, Ducey has made numerous disparaging statements about plaintiff Hales and what the Hales, accusing them of exploiting court proceedings for YouTube content and profit. Also, Ducey has stated, "Mr. Hales and Mr. Shockett know that they're so pressing all these matters in a short period while the bankruptcy stay has been lifted pending their reinstatement. They're doing so merely so Mr. Hales can make YouTube content from all the filings and defaults and depositions and notices. They know there's no point to any of it if the bankruptcy is reinstated, but exploit every possible chance to file something." Well, also, Ducey stated, "Mr. Shockett continues to abuse his court for the sake of his client's YouTube content," implying that plaintiff Hales is a beneficiary of alleged court abuse for YouTube purposes. Now, Ducey has also stated, "Your office continues to play into every scheme they perpetuate to make YouTube content out of these court filings," referencing plaintiff Hales as a participant in the alleged scheme. Now, Ducey stated, "Now they want to do some depot content to broadcast on YouTube to mock and humiliate her and entertain Hale's viewers for his own profit." Here's the thing, Ducey, that you never seem to understand. They know how to monetize, because this is not something that anybody wants to go through. But unlike you, the flea bags, and all of your little Anti-Wth the Hales ecosystem over there, we have figured out how to monetize every single one of your absolute fuck-ups. Every time that you screw up so bad that whenever we expose it, everybody is interested in watching you fail miserably, because that is all you seem to be good at, is failing miserably every single step of the way. Now, Ducey also claimed there's a federal lawsuit filed by the Hales to fulfill his storylines, so he and his lawyer, the scummiest of all time, are using federal court litigation to create content. Well, Ducey has also referred to the lawsuit as a Polyflop scheme, protraction of litigation up my nose, to generate ongoing and fresh litigation-related content. Well, in a social media post, Ducey used the hashtag Hales hates the truth. Now, Ducey has solicited funds through PayPal, a pool titled Ohio Lawyer Retainer Fund, to hire an attorney in Ohio for a client, with the description that this is to raise money to hire a lawyer in Ohio to finally get that PO thrown out, including the contempts. Now, the fundraiser showed $200 received of a $6,000 goal. Ducey has expressed intent to publicize deposition excerpts on YouTube channels. Writing in an email dated December 3rd, 2024, "I want to have these excerpts publicized on YouTube channels covering the case. As a result, Ducey and Preston's unauthorized practice of law and conspiracy, plaintiffs have been required to expend additional time and resources addressing unauthorized communications and filings. Now, Ducey and LP have unauthorized practice of law and conspiracy and interfered with plaintiff Shockett's representation of plaintiffs with the Hales, Jeremy B. Hales, and have caused damage to plaintiffs' professional reputations. Now, Ducey's defamatory statements about plaintiffs What the Hales and Jeremy B. Hales have caused them to suffer lost sales and contracts. Now, What the Hales, Jeremy B. Hales have incurred increased costs, including attorney's fees, to remove the effect of the defendant Ducey's bullshit. Doug showed it tonight. What's the screenshot? What? Hey, Squid, how you doing? What did he show tonight? Only saw like one chat after you called him out. Ducey stuck away. You weren't even rude to him. Just shows he's not very brave. No, he's a coward of all cowards. Now, including litigation costs to remove doubts cast upon their professional reputations and the vendability or value of their services. Now, What the Hales and Jeremy Hales have suffered mental anguish and injury to reputation as a result of defendant Ducey's defamatory statements. Plaintiffs repeat and re-allege the allegations set forth in paragraphs 1 through 44 as fully set forth herein. Ducey has not licensed to practice law in Florida. He is licensed to practice law in Connecticut and Massachusetts, but not in Florida. Ducey has engaged in the practice of law in Florida in violation of CH 454 Florida statute. Also, Ducey's represented defendant Preston in a Florida state court proceeding, sent emails to Florida state courts and judicial assistants on her behalf, and prepared legal documents for filing in Florida state courts, including an answer, defenses, and counterclaims filed on September 15th, 2025. Now, Ducey assigned communications as well. Ducey, escuela, dealing with Florida state courts. Ducey was not authorized to practice law in Florida through pro hoc vice admissions or other exception. Now, Ducey did not file a motion for admission pro hoc vice pursuant to Florida rules of general practice and judicial administration. Ducey was not granted pro hoc vice admission by any Florida state court. Plaintiffs have suffered damages as a result of Ducey's unauthorized practice of law. They were required to expend additional time and resources addressing Ducey's unauthorized communications and filings, which interfered with Shockett's representation of plaintiffs, Elephant Shoe, LLC, Jeremy B. Hales. Plaintiffs' professional relationships and reputations were damaged by Ducey's unauthorized practice of law and disparaging communications. And there's more than just those disparaging communications, because this is something that Ducey seems to be really, really good at, and not understanding that it's improper. Because he doesn't think anything's improper. He's never had to face any of the consequences for his inappropriate behavior. And those are things that are going to be changing so drastically here very soon, because once it's found out in multiple different courts your behavior, Ducey, guess what? All of those courts, I guarantee you, are not going to be feeling very happy about it. That includes the state of Florida, that includes the state of Connecticut, the state of Massachusetts. I don't think they're going to be too happy that they've got an attorney that's running around acting like a little asshat. They're probably going to be very suspicious of it. And it's nothing that I have to do. All I do is just talk about it. And guess what? All of a sudden, these things start happening because you get all butthurt. Your little puckered starfish gets just tightened up right there, and you just can't handle it. Plaintiffs repeat, realign, Reallege and the allegations set forth in the paragraphs. Plaintiffs had business relationships with each other. Shockett had an attorney-client relationship with plaintiffs, Elephant Shoot, Jeremy Hales, in Florida state court proceedings. Now, Ducey had knowledge of those relationships very well. Ducey knew that Shockett was representing Elephant Shoot, Jeremy Hales, Florida state court proceedings as evidenced by defendant's communications referring to plaintiff Shockett as opposing counsel. Now, Ducey intentionally and unjustifiably interfered with the relationships. He also interfered with Shockett's attorney-client relationships with Jeremy and his businesses by engaging in an unauthorized practice of law in the same proceedings, sending unauthorized communications to the court, preparing legal documents for filing. Now, Ducey's actions were intentional, unjustified, as defendant knew he was not licensed to practice law in Florida state court and had not been admitted pro hoc vice. Plaintiffs suffered damages as a result of the interference. They incurred increased costs, including attorney's fees, to address and mitigate all of Ducey's bullshit. The injurious falsehood against Ducey. Ducey published false statements about the plaintiffs. Ducey made false statements about plaintiff Shockett, calling him scumbag, scummies all the time, clown, counsel, coward, laughingstock, crook, in emails, social media posts. Now, Ducey claimed without substantiation that plaintiff Shockett lied through his teeth on his Florida bar application. He also encouraged others to challenge Shockett to publish his bar application, implying impropriety, doing things wrong, without providing any factual basis. Now, Ducey made false statements about Hales, accusing him of exploiting court proceedings. He also falsely stated that plaintiff Hales and Shockett were pressing all of these matters in a short period, while the bankruptcy stay has been lifted pending the reinstatement, doing so merely so Mr. Hales can make YouTube content yet again, because he doesn't understand how to make YouTube content or what goes in what's involved. And I guarantee you that this is not something that you'd want to do to create YouTube content. Dumbasses. He also falsely characterized the litigation as litigation for content scheme to generate storylines from YouTube for the proceedings, because this is what he likes to say. He likes to think that it's all for the clicks. Yeah. Tug Raiders, welcome, Tug Raiders. Good to see all of you. Hope you're doing well this evening. Now, Ducey's false statements damaged plaintiff Shockett's professional reputation as an attorney. His false statements damaged Hales' professional reputation by falsely portraying him as someone who abuses the legal system for personal profit and entertainment purposes, because this is not something that is entertaining. If you're in a lawsuit, that's not entertainment. That is stress to a high level, because that means that every single thing that you say or do, they are going to be watching. You don't have the kinds of freedom because people like to misconstrue things that are said and completely twist things around and make it sound like you said something that you didn't, because you never get the context of what was actually being talked about. Because those words that you're speaking, he believes, should be maintained by those of a higher intelligence. You know, the lawyers, the ones that they should be able to tell you exactly what you're supposed to be thinking and feeling, and you're supposed to kowtow to them. Most definitely, Kirk Gardner. Happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans out there. Thank you for your service, Kirk Gardens, and thank you also for the appreciation. Plaintiffs have incurred increased costs, attorney's fees to remove the effect of defendant Maskin's falsehoods. Now, there's also another one that's against Preston and Ducey. It is because of mainly the same exact things. There's no difference here in what was in the prior parts of the filings, but they did say here, a Florida state court has recognized that the conduct at issue constitute the unauthorized practice of laws evidenced by proceedings related to Shockett's motion to strike unauthorized communications and for sanctions filed on October 3rd, 2025. They've suffered damage as a result of those acts performed pursuant to the conspiracy. Basically, he has nailed his dick to a wall. Plaintiff Elephant Shoe LLC, Jeremy Hales, repeat, reallege, all the same crap as before. And this is just against Ducey for count 5, defamation. He's published false statements in emails, social media posts that were accessible to third parties. He's also published statements accusing Plaintiff Hales of exploiting court proceedings. Pressing all these matters in a short period, while the bankruptcy stay has been lifted pending the reinstatement, and doing so merely so Mr. Hales can make YouTube content from all the filings and defaults and deposition notices. You have to remember that all that's been put out there is posting, here's the lawsuit, and then doing searches for all of these people in these cases, and then trying to get these people served. As far as I can tell, looks like all of them have been served. Coming up here shortly, every single one of them will be served, and then it will come down to the judge to decide whether service was completed or whether it wasn't. Whether you agree that service was completed or not, it comes down to what the judge believes. If the judge says everybody's been served, it's time to move forward, then we start to move forward. You have to remember that with all of the bullshit that's gone on, Ducey managed to prolong for 5 months a case he's bragged about prolonging litigation for an extra 5 months. Why do you think that Jeremy thought 5 months would be a great amount of time? Are you saying that you're now working with Jeremy to prolong litigation? Because it seems like Ducey is the only one that's been prolonging litigation this whole time. Him and his little cohorts, or should I call them concubines, or whatever it is that he wants to call them, they've been prolonging litigation as long as they possibly can to continue a narrative and a storyline. So who is profiting off of it? It sounds to me like Jeremy's going, well, you guys are screwing around. I might as well just go ahead and talk about it because they're too chicken shit to actually step forward and say, sure, I'll accept service. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. You have all this proof. You have all this evidence, but yet, for some reason, they never show receipts. They never show the evidence. They cloud it in hyperbole, in half stories, in untruths. And you never see them actually showing what's going on. Now, Ducey claimed that Hales, Elephant Shoe were perpetrating a scheme to make YouTube content on these court filings. And he also claimed that Hales wanted new Zoom deposition content to broadcast on YouTube to mock and humiliate Preston. I think Preston does it pretty much well for herself on a regular basis. I can't see any time that she hasn't done all of this crap. Again, his Polyflop scheme. And like I said, this is pretty much all the same thing. They constantly are doing these kinds of shenanigans. And once they get called out for it, you would think that Ducey knows about this right now, that he would just go ahead and accept service and probably, have an attorney, because he knows that Lynette's not going to have an attorney. Why doesn't he get his, Confaldi or some crap like that? Go ahead, hire him. Now, They respectfully request that this court enter judgment against defendants, award the following relief: compensatory damages against defendants in an amount to be determined at trial for all losses suffered as a result of the unauthorized practice of law, tortious interference, injurious falsehood, conspiracy, defamation, including additional legal work required to address unauthorized communications, harmed professional reputation, lost in business or clients, lost sales or contracts, increased costs incurred, including attorney's fees to remove the effect of their bullshit, and expenses reasonably necessary to counteract the publication, including litigation's costs, to remove doubts cast upon the vendability or value of property. General damage against Ducey in amount to be determined for mental suffering, injury to reputation, humiliation suffered by plaintiffs, Elephant Shoe LLC, Jeremy Hales, as a result of Ducey's defamatory statements. Punitive damages against defendants pursuant to Florida Statute 7682 in an amount to be determined at trial. Attorney's fees and costs pursuant to Florida Statute 5705. A permanent injunction prohibiting defendants from engaging in or facilitating the unauthorized practice of law in Florida in the future pursuant to Florida Civil Procedure 1.610. A permanent injunction prohibiting Ducey from making further defamatory statements about plaintiffs, and such other relief as court deems just and proper. A jury demand is all that they ask for on all issues so triable. These aren't really big asks if you think about it. They're pretty damn small. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Happy anniversary. Just me. Hubs was a Vietnam vet. Died due to Agent Orange cancer. Please, Vietnam, but let's get blood tested for cancers. The VA won't do it unless asked. Thank you, Cindy. Most definitely. Most definitely. I had a step uncle that was in Vietnam, and it was a rough road for him. Let's just put it that way. Very rough road. Now there are a bunch of exhibits, and we're going to go over those another night. Those aren't for tonight because we have something special for tonight. Oh yeah. Yeah, we've got something a little more special, but we will dig into those exhibits another night, probably whenever I get back. You're welcome, Jen. Good to see you. And all of our veterans appreciate the thanks. Now, there was a little bit of movement in Larry's case, DUI Got Plus's case. Now, so he had a little bit of movement at that point in time. Now, it was quite interesting because it appears that there was an order striking the motion to dismiss. Now, the reason why this order was struck, it appears that the margins of this response, exactly like the complaint, are not the usual 1-inch margins. This appears to be designed to circumvent the page number limitation mandated. The response is therefore stricken. Plaintiff has until November 7th, 2025 to file a complaint response, and any reply will be due by November 21st. So that's going to be coming up in 10 days, 2025, and shall not exceed 5 pages. So if you're looking at this, any reply that can be made to this has to be done in 5 pages. It won't exceed 5 pages at all. So you know that the response that Larry is going to have is going to be very short and very much to the point, probably cite a few things that are very specific, especially in dealing with this bullshit, because this is absolute garbage. Just want to say it is absolute garbage. I have read through this, and it is hard to make heads or tails of this gobbledygook. It is crammed in so badly that even a artard like me, I mean, I need more crayons, preferably the purple ones. Defendant's motion to dismiss under the UPEPA fails as a matter of law because the subject videos are advertisements. So what he's trying to claim here is that all of his YouTube is nothing but an advertisement. So what's the point? If he's saying that it's all an advertisement, then how can you claim, and I'm just curious, maybe there's someone smarter than me, how can you complain that it's more than an advertisement? Because you're saying that he's doing all this defamation, all these kinds of horrible things to Ducey. Oh, Ducey is so butthurt right now. Oh, he hurt my little Fifi's in an advertisement, which makes not a whole lot of sense if you really think about it. So you're saying, wait, so an advertisement, okay, so was he it's an advertisement, or he was doing defamation? Are you saying this advertisement was a defamation? I mean, it's sort of, I wanted to beat my head up against the wall a few times just so I could knock a few brain cells loose, but none of this made any sense that that's what he's trying to claim. Also, all they did was put in a certification that they've served them at the very beginning, and then it comes into the memorandum. I will read through all of this. Trust me, I have read through it once, and I will read through all of it with you again whenever I'm back in Atlanta. There were a few things that I did want to point out that were really important, but they're further on down the page, because if you look over here to the little side, you'll see that there is 125 pages in this response. 125 pages of the most asinine drivel that I have ever seen. His response doesn't respond to anything about the case itself. It goes on a rampage. And whenever I say a rampage, I mean it is like impotent rage, screaming for justice. He is absolutely losing his ever-living shit. I don't know who wrote this, but whatever dumbass scraped their brain off of a hot metal plate and figured out that this was well worth filing, I'm telling you, it was the absolute worst garbage that anybody could ever possibly file in a lawsuit. It is drivel. It is trash. But they give themselves away. As they always do, they like to give themselves away. Because if you go down and get through all of this shit, and we're talking about lots of shit here. Here we go. Close that right there. All he does is he wants to talk about his mac and cheese bullshit. If you get down here, the first exhibit, what is it? It is him talking about his mac and cheese bullshit. About him running off to Armenia. Running off to Armenia. The point that was actually being made. That he's a chicken shit. That he would run off to Armenia as soon as he got an opportunity. And then, of course, it shows that, well, look, as of September 26, 2025, I'm in good standing. Okay. But what about what's happening in Florida? Yeah, you wanted to make sure you got this. Now, be it remembered that December 19th of 1996 is whenever he was actually brought in. Aren't you fucking special? And also it pulls in here that there was a withdrawal and request for stay. Now, one of these things that I noticed very quickly here is this is document 126. Now, you have to remember that after yeah, Slavic bin Haydn, the macaroni salad caper, yes, it is. Now, what you have to remember here is this fucking moron, he asked for a motion to request for stay, a withdrawal of counsel, a request for stay. Well, he's been discharged as counsel by Lynette, Cook. In accordance with the rules of professional conduct, the undersigned withdraws his appearances to enable defendants Cook to apply or hire counsel on their behalf, or undersigned respectfully requests a stay in the discretion of the court. The only problem is what he leaves out is, let's see, this is document 129. He leaves out 130, 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, where he was still filing shit, where the effects of his bullshit was still ringing forward, where he was telling the judge, fuck you, I'm not showing up, and then refusing to show up to court, refusing to take any sort of punishment or accountability for his actions. And at the same time, he's still representing her in state court. He's still handling all of the writings, all of the filings, all of the pleadings, all of the motions, because even according to him, he's saying that the attorney that he hired up there. Oh wait, no. What did he say that Michelle found and hired up for no money? Where did she get money? How much money was raised? How much money did you raise? How much money did the fleas pay for all of this? You have to remember that this was money that was being raised on her behalf for her counsel, or whatever you want to call him, his lawyer, on their behalf. Exhibit 4, order. And as you'll see, this is Doc 128, because he didn't want to put in 120, 127, 126, 125, 124 is the other next one that he puts in here, because he's got these out of order. Because what? Doc 128, but then right here, you've got Doc 126. 126, what happened to 127? Did that just disappear magically? What happened to Doc 127 where you told the judge to go fuck himself? The matter was scheduled for a show cause hearing on April 3rd. Prior to the hearing, the court notified counsel for both parties. And you have to remember that this was a show cause hearing. April 3rd, document 99. Why isn't he showing him document 100, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 7, 8, 9, 10? All you have to remember that this was a show cause hearing under Doc 99. And we are already to right here, document 128. If you want to be thorough, why don't we show the court all the shit that you fucked up from document 99 all the way up to document 135, whenever you're supposedly out of the case, but still, that's all whenever you're getting upset about what Larry is writing, what he is talking about, what he is showing the populace, the kinds of information that he's bringing up, and he's showing everyone, look, this person is doing some shady shit. I'm not saying that he's going to go to jail, but every action that he is doing looks like he wants to go to jail because he's misbehaving so badly that I'm surprised that this judge hasn't slammed his foot down on top of him for the bullshit that he's pulling. Every single bit of it was being brought out and talked about. He wasn't the only one that was talking about it. There were other people that were noticing these kinds of shenanigans that just shouldn't be happening. It's the same way that Ramsaran is being noticed by other attorneys whenever they're showing up to a damn court case and they're screwing it up so badly that they're being sanctioned. All these people are just screwing up left and right. You're a fucking attorney. You can't even do this crap properly. Jeez. It was noticed on March 14th. Defense counsel was clearly aware of his obligation to attend the hearing. Indeed, the day before the hearing, defendant's counsel filed a notice informing the court of his decision not to attend the hearing. The court issued an order shortly thereafter, making it clear that the hearing would go forward and their counsel was expected to attend, which they did not. Now, again, of course, Ducey's showing all this information because he likes to cram things full of all kinds of stuff that is completely meaningless. And whenever he throws these things in here, they think that a judge isn't going to look at it. But you might be surprised, this judge might have a little bit to say about it. And of course, he goes off even more, backtracking again to August of 2012, whenever he was running around and doing more shit. And I'm not going to read through it because I've already read through all of this crap right here. And what he's talking about in all of this crap that he has put in this filing is he's leaving out the key information. What kind of key information, you might ask? Well, let's see. The key information would be that he was reaching out to the grievance committee and he was harassing them to the point that they said no more communication will be done through email. No more communication through phone calls. If you're going to file something, you're going to go about it the correct way. We're not having these conferences. We are not going to sit here and debate your bullshit. And it seems like that is a common thread with Ducey, is nobody wants to talk to him because he wants to ramble on like an incoherent, toddler and expect everyone to kowtow to him and bow down and kiss his ass. The only person I've noticed kissing his ass, getting up in that puckered, that little puckered starfish of his is Volpe, which is more than happy to shove his tongue so far up in there that, he can taste his tonsils. And of course, he goes off on Law 360, and he thought that he had something with Law 360. What I'm surprised that Ducey hadn't included all of those context emails whenever he was reaching out and begging everyone to cover his mac and cheese bullshit. Nobody gave two craps about it. They told him to go fuck off. They didn't know who he was. They could care less who he was. Oh, that's right. Well, he did post all of that shit right here in the filings. Oh yeah. You want to hear some of his little excerpts? Well, some of his little excerpts right here. Well, let's see. Oh, Larry, naturally, I'm curious as to why you're initially interested in planning a webcast. But see, you have to understand is you have to drop this down, and we have to go all the way back here to the very beginning of all of his bullshit. All the way back, because he has got links upon links upon links, because let's see, this is March of 2024. And if you go all the way back up here to where he's doing this crap here, this is all the way to, let's see, where can we go? March 8th. Oh, so this completely out of order, because here he is 12/3/2024. All right, let's go down here, and it's March, and we'll go back a little bit further, March 5th, and we'll go back a little bit further, March 5th at 9:49, and we'll go back here a little bit further to March 1st. Oh, so it does go backwards. So we get to read everything backwards. Hey, Gent Thunder, how you doing? So bear with me as you might be getting dizzy and not wanting to see all of this right here, but we go back to February. Now, you'd notice every single one of these little things right here. Do you see this? These are links right here that he isn't showing. What's inside those links? What exactly is the conversation that he's trying to attempt? Don't know. So here it comes. Here's where he starts right here. Monday, February 26, 2024. Oh, I know you guys like stories. Can't even spell Megan Fox's name right. And he says, So, dear Mr. Foreman et al., I heard Megan Fox use the words robitis to describe this Florida judge you're having trouble with. Nobody is having trouble with a Florida judge. First of all, you fucking moron. She doesn't have any problem with the judge. All she's doing is pointing out the obvious. Somebody's being a fucktard. To describe this Florida judge you're having trouble with, I wrote an article called Robitis, Confusing Power and Discretion in a Connecticut Law Tribune. Well, it's mentioned in this New Haven Register article I wrote, which described what they did to silence me after I wrote it. Now I'm being targeted by the Connecticut disciplinary authorities for made-up nonsense. No, you weren't being targeted. You actually got in trouble for that kind of shit, didn't you? Thank you. I appreciate it, Max. I will check it out. Notice to the op-ed, I compare the bullshit they're doing to me to the past grievance, and it's all about you, isn't it, Doozy? It's all about you. My disciplinary defense counsel, CC here, Donato Rinaldi, he can attest to what's going on. Oh, I'm also available to you to help prepare an effective complaint versus Judge Grudge under the judicial canons. Let me know, and we can speak. So here he is reaching out as early as that. And of course, here is what the response is. Do you want me to do a video on the story, or do you want me as counsel of record? Larry wrote him back, it looks like pretty quickly, and says the former is obviously no charge. If you want me to do a story about you, I would have you on as a guest. For out-of-state cases, I require a minimum of a $15,000 retainer deposit and a charge of $600 an hour. It looks like you may have something. And then he says, oh, no. My vision is as follows. First, you would do a video report on it, which of course is, I would be at your disposal, ensure you have all the correct info and documents. I imagine you have people to help with production aspects. Dude, you definitely do not understand how YouTube fucking works. We don't have people. You fucking moron. You think that I have a whole crew sitting around waiting and becking on every single call. You think that Larry has all these people working for him. Yeah, that's not how that works. That's not how it works. Oh, thank you, Angie. All the correct, I imagine you have people to help with production aspects and like having a photo of Judge Julie to put on screen and outtakes from transcripts that I will provide showing what happened. And you notice it's all about outtakes from what he wants to show. Not actually what happened, but what he wants to show. And this is the same way that he does every single time. It's all about what he wants to show, not what the truth is, but what he wants to show. He has to show his truth. Then after some time to hopefully catch on and get picked up by other legal media, we could do a webcast with me as the guest, your special little guest. I'll be right here for you. Well, journalistically, I would guess your people would contact the people implicated in misconduct and cover-up to see what they have to say. They've all been given strong hints by me that this matter may arise, except Dooley, whom I've never contacted. Did you really not contact him? Oh, but I believe you probably have, because you just don't have any proof that it was that you contacted. But I'm sure once people started digging, they would find this stuff out about you. Now, I've done a ton of work. There's lots of angle to this, not just the Dooley thing. I'm currently being subjugated to a phony disciplinary prosecution, which I believe is retaliation for my past outspokenness critical of judges, including the number of articles in the New Haven Register and Connecticut Law Tribune. I plan to sue later on. That would be an ongoing story. As you can see, he's already litigious. He's already shown you the kind of person that he is. Yamaha's ready to read the Bubbles parts. He's got a link whenever he wants to. He knows how to get in here. Oh, change the language of the rules. Essentially, fuck with a powerless like me. Lawyer's livelihood, even maliciously, with impunity. Oh, isn't it amazing? That's exactly what he's doing with Shockett. That's exactly what he's doing with other attorneys. Like, oh, that's what he was attempting to do with my wife. He is attempting to harass, to cajole, to get after people, send people after my family, send people after my wife. Sounds familiar. Sounds like he's the kind of person that, yeah, Larry, you should just hop right in bed with. Yeah, get all nice and cozy with this guy because, well, he's going to draft a complaint. He's got a drafting of a complaint. Isn't he special? Isn't he special? So how do these tie together? Well, my lawsuit would compare to the proceedings against me, made up nonsense against the powerless solo, possibly for specific retaliatory motives. Oh, look, more of his giveaways of the kind of shit that he wants to cause other people. Conjure cover up, depending on whom. Whether you be involved in the lawsuit can be discussed separate later. I think I'd be able to get a litigation funder for it. But right now, my main interest is exposing this, and I'm thrilled you're interested in doing this. Man, I am stroking my meat package right now, and I'm just slapping it against my chin. I'm so excited. So excited. Larry, you're going to do this for me. You're going to reach out to these people. And here's a jumping off point. I can tell you exactly the way that this is going to work. I can see myself being at the front of a Netflix litigation. In fact, as if we haven't spoken, you saw that op-ed, you could probably do a little snippet. Since when does a practicing lawyer publicly name a judge like I have? If my statements are not true, they could disbar me. But I think the managing editor on that side isn't leveling with me. I think he was told by others not to publish my op-ed, but hide it. So no link on the main page, no opinion tab to click on. But how can we proceed? Because I don't know. So here is another thing that he sends out to him. It doesn't stop. This guy is also reaching out to Larry, Tyler, Samina, and Stephanie. Would any of you like to schedule a call with me? I can answer questions, provide supporting documents, transcripts, go through key parts. We can discuss when and how. Oh man, I'm getting so excited. I'm just whacking my little meat puppet right now. I'm so excited with the story of the Connecticut mac and cheese cover up on the DY Guy Plus. Oh man, I'm just smacking it around right now. I'm so excited. I'm going to be home with the DUI guy. Oh my gosh, I'm just going to slap my little meat puppet until it just gets, just everywhere it needs to be. If this story is seen or heard by the size of audience such as your YouTube channel, because you're so big, Larry, you're so big, you're bigger than my nose, I believe it could eventually result in ending Judge Dooley's federal judgeship, because I know nothing better than me taking down a judge. Oh my, because it is exciting as having them. Oh, yeah, he came.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Can you believe this shit? This is what he wrote to Larry.
Well, and real quick, just to put it out there too, I know I did a post on it, but just in remembrance of all those that have gone before, and for everybody that it applies to now, and to you too, Shizzy, and everybody else in here that it applies to, Happy Veterans Day.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service also.
Mm-hmm. Very small cog.
Same here. Same here. Very small cog. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
But yeah, this is, it's the same old shit. But I just can't manage to go without reading some little Matskin letters.
Well, these aren't Matskin letters, man. These are his little blogs, man. He's so excited right now. He's just spanking his little meat puppet right now. Just
his long lost little love notes.
I cannot believe that he put this in a court filing.
Why? Why can't you believe that? How many have we seen?
Showing his
how many emergency shit paper filings has he put in? I mean, that's all they're good for.
Well, and you also have to understand that all of his shit got knocked out by the court the first time. The court said that he filed it improperly. He was using less than 1-inch margins, which means that he, well, it's not, they call it a 1-inch margin, but what they're talking about is the space in between the words. So he did like half spacing. The music stops me in my tracks every time. Thank you. Invest around the planet. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, MLB. I'm going to have a really hard time saying that, but aha.
Well, he likes to cram in as much shit as he can, so he's got to make all the room he can.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, who are you to tell me what I should or shouldn't put in for my filings? I mean, I tell the court to fuck off when I'm told to show up, so,
Oh, exactly. Every single, and he likes to put this as he's something special because he really wants to get his mac and cheese cover up out there. Mac and cheese. I was covered in mac and cheese. I had it rubbed on my nipples and everything.
Macaroni salad gets all tangy in the sun.
But you can see where he's working himself up into a slather right here. And he wants to have followed by a later episode with me as the guest, or roll out with me on the show for the first time. I'm free for a call anytime. Very much looking forward to speaking, Bruce. Now, and then also, it didn't stop there because he turns around at 8:43. Whatever you're able to discuss, I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks. But look at his response right here. This is another one on March 5th. I'm available anytime, day and time. Just let me know what works best for you. Monday, 10 a.m. or after work hours. And what does Larry say? Let's schedule a time next week. Respectfully, Larry. And then, of course, he says, I'm looking at 3:14, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Larry I need a quality photo for the thumbnail. Very professional. It's a condensed version of Mama Bearly. Thank you.
Right.
And then, of course, I guess he sent some pictures because he cut them out of here. It says, well, one of these work. Also a couple of Judge Dooley. Oh. He doesn't like Judge Dooley for some reason. And then he says, yes. And then, of course, he says, there's other things that are cut out here because, do you need anything else from me, Bruce? Bruce, yes. And he says, Larry says, no, sent my phone. I decided to cancel our live stream on March the 10th. No need to appear on Thursday. Sent from my phone. Please excuse any errors. And he says, I'm not doing this. On March the 10th, and he says, oh, What does he say? He says, on March 10th, if you want me as attorney of record, I'm happy to undertake the case. But that's about as far as I'll go. Sent from my phone. Please excuse any errors. And he says, for the later lawsuit, if so, I'm also interested. And, of course, what does Ducey say here? He says, this is a real scandal. Real scandalous cover-up. And a federal judge, I can send you highlighted transcripts and other documentation. I was pretty excited about your plan to do the story. Can you tell me why I canceled? I can really
Sounds
help.
like it.
As I continue to try to get someone to break the story to understand what changed your mind, my lawsuit versus disciplinary authorities will also be an important story within legal profession, not general public like the Dooley cover-up. And he says right here, Larry, naturally, I'm curious why you're initially interested and planned a webcast and why you then canceled. Can you tell me what changed your mind? I'm watching with interest your Hales videos. I have some thoughts and observations you might find helpful. I'd wish you'd take the time for a call with me. And he doesn't show anything beyond that. So you get a rundown of all that built up to him being so excited about his mac and cheese bullshit. And then nothing. Larry said, oh, no. I'm done with you. And what was it about that time that happened? I'm sure the chat remembers that at that point in time, that's whenever he started representing Michelle Creston.
Ah, okay.
That's whenever he started shopping around.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this was sent from Larry to Deuce. Thanks. And of course, he says, and if you want to read this, because here's where he goes off on March 18th.
So this is, okay. Yeah, so this
This is
Bubbles.
Deucey.
Hi, Larry. Respectfully responding. I didn't attack you. One person made this comment in the chat, then others piled on. Like my favorite kind of train. They may have been referring to the discussion between me and another lawyer. Elmbic Pitone or whatever, something like that. I don't know. I can't keep letters and numbers straight either. A fake name, but clearly a lawyer on the chat. Number one, they and I agree that you may be subjecting yourself to being accused of violating the rule against reckless attacking a judge. Number two, they and I both noted that you were misinformed by someone about the outcome of the Fannie Willis hearing, and were reading the decision and commenting on it based on the incorrect belief that she had been disqualified. We are wondering whether you realized the correct information about the outcome and how do you react? Regarding my story,
The one where I attack a federal judge, Dooley.
you first scheduled me, then canceled with no explanation. No phone calls, no letters, no go fuck yourself, nothing.
I didn't even get a reach around.
I felt so used. Yeah, no kiss, nothing. You didn't tell me why you explained on the webcast to your viewers. You just canceled me. If you had explained why, even after I emailed asking for the reason, I wouldn't have been sitting here in the corner crying all night, chewing my toenails and playing with myself vociferously. Maybe giving me a call, I would have said, okay, I understand. And thanks for the consideration. I hope Larry hears this and just pisses all over himself laughing. I totally respect your decision that it wouldn't be interesting to your viewers. But you're not catching the gist of my story, or maybe he meant to say, I don't know, something about unicorns.
Unicorn test?
The story isn't my disciplinary proceeding. The story is a sad, sad story of a little boy and that a federal judge would be exposed for serious misconduct.
We get exposed.
And that it was covered up by authorities. And in the ending, I give it 2 thumbs up and a twist. Which leads to much more content as information comes out. And documents are provided. Believe me, I can boil it down. Oh, I can get down and dirty. All the way down to, all slippery. And make it very uncomfortable. Oh, no, consumable for non-lawyers.
Uncomfortable.
Little faux pas there.
Pinch a little bit.
I don't need a lawyer to represent me, thanks. I have one. I'm the best lawyer there is. I'm my own lawyer. I need an outlet for reporting about Judge Carrie Dooley's corruption. Because she wouldn't have anything to do with me either. Or is that a guy? I don't know. And the cover-up that protected her. Oh, it is her. Okay. Well, that explains it.
He doesn't like the ladies.
I don't like the ladies. And the 2 lawyers she allowed to engage in a conflict. I have contacted newspapers and legal media, Mr. Man. Part of the story and is that Connecticut Law Tribune is part of the cover-up of information like this. Because they won't allow a clown, a nobody like me, to expose a powerful sitting federal judge all draped over in that big black robe and nothing underneath. They have their own agenda. Getting all excited again. And their own powers to answer to. Some say with Hearst Media and the other Connecticut newspapers. What I've come to realize is that law tubers, at least the ones I've watched since contacting you, Mr. Man, the ones doing the What the Hell's coverage, oh bastards, are not nearly as interested in serious legal reporting or analysis. As entertaining as their subscribers with sensational angles like Judge Grudge. But you're a licensed lawyer. You can't say all of those things non-lawyers can say about judges' integrity and qualifications. Nor can you say the things you're saying about Josh Silverman, calling him a liar and a scumbag. Oh. You dirty birdie. My friends, I've been... wait a minute. Oh, my friend. Sorry. I don't really have any friends.
Larry, my friend.
That would imply more than one friend, and, well, Larry doesn't even want to be that. I've been a lawyer a lot longer than you, little boy. And I've had all kinds of experiences, and some that I really don't want to disclose, that you have not, such as with discipline and dungeons, batteries and jumper cables, and something about leather and whips, and disciplinary authorities, complaints versus judges, etc. I can give an objective perspective on what is happening in Thomas's courtroom. If you're interested, we can do it in private. In the meantime, I wanted to make sure I responded because A, letters, numbers, I didn't attack you. Another number. No, sorry, that's a letter. I respect you and what you've built. Oh, and you look so buff and sweaty building these. And C, I think you can set yourself apart from the other law tubers by having me as a serious commentator. I'm serial about the Hales case. Thanks, and be well. Best regards, Bruce Matskin, Esquire. P.S. Postscript, just in case you didn't know. After I got timed out on the chat, blankety blank blank, began asking me what the macaroni and cheese cover-up story was about. And I said that it was about a little boy named Osama bin Laden and the great macaroni salad caper. But it didn't gain any traction. But I couldn't respond to every arranged or even arranged. I don't know where that came from. Even arranged to speak to her off chat. Can you help me get in touch with her in case she may be interested in the story? But she's a dirty girl, so I don't really want to talk to her. Bruce Matskin, Esquaya. Judging by the chat earlier, I thought some people needed to laugh out there. I'm sure I made more people cry and run away in disgust, but whatever.
Oh, let me see. So on Wednesday, March 27th at 10:16 in the morning, Ducey wrote Larry, "This morning in the opposition MTD, Shockett says the motion misstates and misrepresents the law by citing an opinion which does not exist. You automatically took Shockett's side with no consideration of any other explanations. A quick search on case text turned up the actual decision that was cited. Apparently, the date of the decision is different than that what was cited on the motion because the same case had multiple decisions. So the question this arises, well, which considering objectively not taking one side piling on, which I like the pile-ons, just get on top. Oh my gosh, just pile on me. Did Lynette misrepresent the law, or was it an honest error due to the same case having multiple decisions? Well, here's the problem. How would she know what any of the law is? and this is why Larry didn't want to have anything to do with him, because he lied.
Yeah.
He lied about joining in with Larry. As he came in wanting to talk about his mac and cheese, it was found out that he was writing these pleadings for her.
Mm-hmm.
And so Larry was making him look like a complete dumbass. Yeah. Everything that he was saying was, did Lynette misrepresent the law? No, Deuce, you misrepresented the law. You wrote it improperly. It didn't make any sense. And whenever Larry pointed it out, you took offense to it. Did Shockett find the correct decision? If so, it would seem that the one making the misrepresentation that it doesn't exist. It took me 1 minute to locate it, because you wrote it. This is a small but illustrative example of how you're not objective in this Hales matter. You're friends with the Megan Fox, whose original article on PJ Media is incorrect in almost every respect about the legal issues. And Tug and the others, and all you come up on each other's webcasts and crack jokes about the judge, but you're a lawyer. You're not just a YouTuber. It's beneath you. This legal vices guy, why would you want to lower yourself to the level of a legal YouTuber to him who gets drunk while he webcasts, or that guy who calls everyone a fuck twat?
On his worst fucking drunk day, Legal Vices was a better man than you will ever fucking be, you fucking joke.
So I'm wondering who's the one guy that calls people a fuck twat?
I call people a fucktard.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Who is it? Who is it that calls people a fucktwad? These aren't serious people. And Megan simply does not understand enough about law. Oh, she understands a hell of a lot more than you do, Deuce. Law, litigation, procedure, you do. You lower your analysis to her level. No, Larry is actually pretty damn solid. And now you're wondering why. I'll be interested if you'll address the other side of the issue raised by Shockett in paragraphs 9 through 11 of his opposition, whether he is misleading the court by saying the decision side does not exist when it actually does exist, albeit the date side was incorrect. I look forward to a one-word reply. But I'll reiterate, if you want to set your coverage apart, I'm available for serious legal analysis. It'd take the counterpoint onto Thomas's. You and the others are simply disregarding the magnitude of Feather's violation and how Wyatt warrants how the judges proceed in best regard. So he's already involved in this case at this point in time. He's already set his sights on Lynette. So this must have been Feather's pleading And all of a sudden, or the guy who calls everyone a fucktard, must be you, Yamaha. It could be. But see, Yamaha wasn't covering any of this information at all.
Yeah, because this was...
This
what
was in
the date on
March.
this again? This was in 24, right? In March 24?
Yeah, March 27th, 2024.
Yeah, it didn't even... Yeah, because it didn't even come to our attention until after all this shit was already going with the Thomases. I mean...
Was MG covering this? No, I don't think MG was covering this.
I don't know. Because it was... because Larry was the one that was saying, hey, you guys need to check out this crazy case that's going on with in Florida with this Judge DeThomasis and this Jeremy Hales guy and this Lynette Preston lady.
And I remember because I was covering some of the Laura Owens
and then this
stuff
fucker came over and started shitting all over the porch because he wanted to jump up here just like with Larry.
Yes.
And then that's when the whole snowball started and all the letters, because he wouldn't shut the fuck up and go away.
Well, and of course he goes into spoliation of his YouTube record. Of course, you know, adding all these little things right here. And why do you only have 32 of them and there's 33 episodes? There's many reasons for that, and it could be that one of those episodes that you're editing, or that you found that you just didn't like it, so you private it. That's all that it is. See, this is somebody that does not understand how YouTube works, because he thought that if I removed my, what did he call them, defamatory things, that he couldn't point out anything that was defamatory in any single one of them. It was like, give me a timestamp and I will see if it's defamatory. I'll be happy to edit that out and take care of whatever that is. But he was never able to do that.
Right.
And I left him unlisted. He never said anything. So I post him right back up. It's just like, okay, well, you had your opportunity.
I mean, we're going off of what is either being said in transcripts or through other communiques.
Well, and the other reason for me posting those back up here is the same reason that he's pulling this shit right here. Okay, you understand that all of a sudden he's saying there's a spoliation of the YouTube record. Well, guess what, asshole? It's not spoliation if you private something or if you unlist something. Okay, so that's what he's thinking right here, and that's why he was trying to get me to remove things off of YouTube, is because then he could come back and he could say, "Oh, he's done spoliation. He's proven that he's guilty of something. That's why he removed him."
Yeah.
And whatever is not showing here doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Exhibit 9. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wanted, unlicensed practice of law. And now I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit because everything gets all funky in here. And the reason I removed all of this, and I'll put it plain and simple, this right here is Randy's stuff with Alabama Supreme Court. It is long, and I didn't feel like reading through all of it because it's irrelevant to this case.
It has nothing to do with anything, yeah.
Like this absolute, everything that is in these pages right here has nothing to do with his issue with Larry. His issue with Larry is Larry said, I do not want to have you on my streams because you're full of shit. I don't trust you. I don't believe anything that you're doing is proper, appropriate, is unethically sound. I don't want to have anything to do with it. And of course, you know, then and like I said, some of these things I'm skipping over because I'm going to go through them at a later point in time. This is the defendant's motions, his multitudes of proceedings, more bullshit. Oh, and here's my name. Oh, did I go back up here and see what he's talking about? Seeing that my name is being mentioned. Do you think I should do that? Where is it?
Yeah,
so that's 2. I'm looking to see what he was rambling on about his polyflopping all over the place. The court magistrate, district judge alike can take notice of these events generated for. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's what he's talking about right here.
In the undersign,
This court magistrate, district judge alike can take judicial notice of the use of these events to generate YouTube content for financial profit on the plaintiff's channel. You notice how his attitude has changed from the time that he's writing emails where he's wanting to destroy a federal judge that he's got an issue with, to all of a sudden now he's wanting to take down YouTube channels. Like he's not looking at the poor actions of other people and becoming part of those poor actions, writing judges, emailing judges. He's emailed Judge Belitho, emailing YouTube content creators, emailing journalists. He doesn't find his ethics are waning.
or he himself, employers.
Well, yeah. They want to propagate the plaintiff's claims and attack the defendants and the undersigned. Really? Attack the undersigned. What does it say right here? Can you read that right there?
This whole thing?
3. Yeah.
Some are directly associated with the plaintiff, with him periodically appearing on their live streams to discuss this case, which boosts their view counts. Please take judicial notice of YouTube channels. That Umbrella Guy, Megan Foxrider, Shizzy Wiznut, Veneration, Squid Pro Quo. Just a few of those profiting from the content this contrived litigation generates, and all one-sided for the plaintiff. One channel, Dewey Guy, is a Kentucky lawyer, Larry Foreman, who has profited from coverage of the plaintiff's legal cases and was involved in a fundraiser held live by the plaintiff on YouTube to raise money for the biological aunt of defendant Preston's adopted at-birth daughter, who'd never met the child, to hire a law firm to file a fraudulent emergency custody petition. A months-long content-generating storyline on the plaintiffs and the other channels that served to terrorize defendant Preston, whatever, with the plaintiff promising his YouTube followers that she would have her child taken from her. Mr. Foreman also frequently attacks the integrity and qualifications of judges, including gratuitous claims of being biased and corrupt, to feed narratives he is pushing for entertainment and profit.
Now, you remember earlier on what we were talking about? That was Judge Grudge that we were talking about. Okay? We watched, and I did this with Mo in the Deep End. We watched the Preston case. We watched her depositions, and we commented on it. We laughed hysterically at the stupidity of the things that she was saying, the behavior that she was acting, the way that she was interacting in a Zoom hearing, how horrible, how she couldn't even have proper court decorum, which is par for the course, as we've seen quite a bit. Never, ever do I remember covering anything about the ants or aunt or something like that. I know that there was one, but it wasn't something that I covered. So for him to throw me into this and say that that's what I was covering, he can go fuck himself 10 ways to Sunday, because that's not.
Well, it doesn't matter. Everybody's guilty, see.
Oh yeah, of course.
Even though the whole thing came out with the conspiracy in regards to the anti-what the hales, and then they flip it around. So see, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when the accusations were made, for instance, that it was either Jeremy Hales or Veteran Nation or whomever that wrote Lips's obituary. That was defamatory. That was slanderous, because it doesn't matter. Jeremy Hales is behind it.
But he wasn't.
It doesn't matter about what I know. But this is what
it was saying. Her. It was her behind it.
Right.
Same way with him being behind
exactly.
This
but that's how it came out right off the bat. And anybody that said differently, even though we knew right out of the gate that she was the one behind it, That's exactly how it came out. It all goes back to Jeremy Hales. So all of this, it doesn't matter. It's all Jeremy's fault. It's all the giant conspiracy of Jeremy Hales. He owns everyone. He pays everyone according to them.
Well, and
so it doesn't matter.
I get so much, and I'm sorry, Max sent me something earlier, and I forgot to pull it up. But here's the thing: I get information sent to me from other people, and I can't tell you every single person that has sent me information. There are so many really good people out there that are just like, hey, check this out. Did you see this? Sometimes I have, sometimes I haven't, and I decide whether I'm going to talk about it or discuss it, or sometimes it doesn't fit in with everything that I happen to be talking about, or maybe it does, but I can't find a way to bring it up or actually discuss it. It might not be my train of thought at that moment. And it is one of those where I'm just sitting there going, okay, whenever I knew about that obituary, and like I said, I don't remember exactly where I got it from. They were like, did you see this? And I was just like, okay, I'll research that later, because I'm talking about something else or working on something else. And then I come back and I look at it and I start having questions, and I start asking around for people. I'm like, okay, what? I need verification this is a real thing. And, first thing that I do is I do a search and see if it's true, if this actually exists, take screenshots, all that kind of crap. And I start vetting it. And if I can't figure out where exactly it's coming from, or where it originated from, I start looking at the kind of people that are known players in this realm. Like, I start looking at the people that do those kinds of shenanigans. And my first instinct whenever I first saw it was like, this looks like something that she created to come back and say that she's being harassed by Jeremy Hales and all of his followers or some shit like that. And I said, this isn't the end of it. It's like, this is more of her bullshit that she is going to be spreading around. And was I correct? Absolutely fucking lootly. Every single step of the way, I knew that she was going to be using this kind of crap. I knew that this kind of shit was going to be happening. And I start calling it out, and I'm just like, what in the hell are these idiots think? Do they think we're stupid? Oh, another post from
she thinks she's brilliant, and that's part of the problem. She's so fucking delusional, and it's no excuse. I don't care what diagnosis she may or may not have, whatever it may be. She's a fucking adult, and it's no excuse at all. She, in my opinion, is a fucking loon and belongs storming the beaches of the fucking rubber room and banging her head off a fucking padded wall and then turning into a fucking Picasso poo painter. That's exactly where she belongs. She's a fucking loon.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. She has proven it time and time again. The same dumb bitch that goes out there and I don't give a fuck what the excuse is, and the court isn't going to see it that way either. She can make it, I was afraid. Fuck off. That shit isn't going to fly.
Afraid. No,
she goes out there and she writes her own goddamn obituary. The shit that went on at school, in my opinion, I already got a good idea who was behind that, and it wasn't Jeremy Hales.
No, it'll all.
Plus all the other shit that she's done. This woman, and to her own family as well.
Yes.
This woman is a fucking loon. And she has no business being in a position in charge of minors in any way, shape, or form. She should be precluded on any level from having anything to do with anyone under the age of 18, in my opinion. She shouldn't even be a fucking teacher.
No, it's dangerous.
Yes.
I mean, you sit there and you go, no. It's like, if she is causing harm to people, to their families, and this is a pattern of behavior, I fear that the school system is going to find themselves in the middle of a lawsuit whenever they just go, listen, we don't know what the hell is going on until we can sort this out. We're going to put you on administrative leave, that she doesn't file a fucking lawsuit against them.
Well, that's why she ended up in all the trouble that she ended up in before when she had to quote unquote retire. I mean, even the court recognized her as a fucking loon.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And I see all this crap. Like I said, there is so much right here and these are all filings that have already been ruled on. And of course, there's his YouTube transcript, which, this is just him talking about how things have been going. And of course, the bullshit with Deuce. And of course, they decide that they're going to pay someone to transcribe it to try to further drive up costs. See? Right here. Mm-hmm. They're doing a transcription from provided source materials to the best of their skill and ability with no context whatsoever. It's like him throwing shit at the wall. But this is what he wants. He all of a sudden wants an order granting limited discovery. Now, if you don't know what he's trying for, is what he wants to get from everybody in this order for limited discoveries. He wants to get all of the email messages, every single phone call that's been made, every single bit of information about Larry's business, how much money he's made off of YouTube, how much money he's made in his law firm, how much his ads have been paid, how much he pays out, how much money he gets in, everyone he's communicated with, every single thing like that. So I think I'll start sending Larry a bunch of dick pics. And so that way, whenever they actually do get that information of communications I've had with Larry, it'll just be a bunch of dick pics, and Larry can feel free to turn every single one of those dick pics over to Deuce, because I've got a little picture of Deuce on every single one of those.
I was just going to say, dress it up like a clown.
It is dressed up like a clown. It's got from different angles too, and different makeups. So
oh look, it's got a little red wig on the tip.
It does. So I've been sending, and Larry's getting very frustrated with me. He's getting very angry because of all the dick pics that I'm sending to him. He's like, will you please stop sending these to me? And I said, well, I want to make sure that they get in discovery, because nothing like seeing Shizzy's case, nuts. I swear. Nothing like seeing Shizzy's nuts. You can put them in your mouth.
I'm just trying to help.
Well, I'm just trying to help Larry. And he's like, stop it. I'm getting excited. No. Oh, damn it. No, but see, this is the stupid ridiculousness of it. Those, all of this kind of crap that he's wanting to get a hold of, a limited discovery on what? The communications that he might be having with clients. It runs into like, you realize that these people are my clients, and that goes against attorney-client privilege. I think the resin shop might be able to make some bubble magic. I forgot to tell you, I resin. Angie. Well, let's put it this way: the molds won't do me justice. They're very cold, very cold.
Yeah.
So you want to do a nice little letter? I've got a beautiful letter.
You do have a letter.
Yes, sir. I do have a letter. It's good too. I had fun putting it together.
Sure.
Oh yeah, here we go. That's just the wrong damn song altogether. I don't know what the hell happened.
I was going to say, what are you doing?
I don't know. What did I do?
Go away for a couple of days.
Man,
everything up. Break your camera.
I thought I had it there. That's my morning stream. Oh, here it is. Here we go.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
And there might not be any music or something like that, but
Oh, there we go.
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Open letter to Bubbles. The everything is in an ad defense is a joke that's on you. Oh, Bubbles. You slopped a 100-page plus diarrhea to argue that speech about your endless parade of courtroom faceplants into a speech at all. It's advertising. What? I think I just screwed something up there. So you can slither out from Kentucky's anti-slap hammer like the spineless worm you are. You pasted screenshots of phone numbers, mugs with logos, your OnlyFans page, and YouTube description box like a fucktard, and told the court, with a straight face, that because a creator dares to sell service or merch, their takedowns of your public clownery magically morph into infomercials. Adorable, really. If monetization nuked speech protections... Wait a minute. If monetization nuked speech protections, every newspaper would fold the second a classified ad ran. Every broadcaster would get sued for existing, and every podcaster would be bankrupt before their intro music faded out. You're trying to weaponize a coffee cup into a constitutional kill switch, but it's about as effective as your lawyering. Blunt, pointless, and leaving everyone wondering how you ever passed a bar exam without crayons. He did it outside while licking the window and writing on the window.
Yes.
Let's walk through your master plan, or should I say your crayon-scribbled fever dream. You kick off by bleating out, "commercial speech," like a sheep who just discovered its own wool is taxable. Insisting the videos are pure advertisements because, there's a firm logo lurking in the corner, a merch link lurking below, and a half-assed pitch at the end about hiring a lawyer. You even immortalize this idiocy with figures, arrows jabbing at phone numbers like you've unearthed the Rosetta Stone of retardation. And square bullet points like the ones Megan Fox liked.
He loves them.
And references to moist. Then with the smugness of a guy who thinks he's outsmarted gravity, you proclaim, "not journalism, advertising." Except the laws in some toddler's game where spotting a logo wins you a prize. It's about whether your pathetic claims stem from communications peddling goods or services. The core of your butthurt? Well, let's not go down that tunnel. Statements roasting your public conduct, your botched cases, your sanctions parade, your nonstop antics. Not some damn discount code. Those ad frills, no matter how clumsily slapped on, don't alchemize brutal commentary on your self-inflicted shit show into a sales pitch. You're essentially arguing that if a street preacher sells Bibles while calling out a corrupt politician, the calling out is just holy merch. Pathetic doesn't even cover it. It's the legal equivalent of a toddler smearing shit on the walls and calling it art, or a Picasso poo painting. And it's just pathetic. Your own filings backstab you harder than you've ever been backstabbed a client. You self-sabotaging schmuck. You spotlight how the egregious libels build to a climax right before that "call me" bumper, proving beyond doubt that the meat of the matter is the evisceration of your antics, while the "hire me" bit is just the cherry on the top that creators stapled everything in this ad-riddled hellscape. That doesn't yank it out. Good Lord, there's so many innuendos in here. Good Lord, I'm losing my mind.
So much yanking.
That doesn't yank it out of public interest territory. It locks it in tighter than your grip on grudges, or when somebody ass fucks you with a broom handle. You've shrunk free speech to the pixel size of a lower third graphic, praying the court won't spot you using a merch screenshot to demolish protections meant to crush exactly your brand of bully boy lawsuits. It's like you're directing a bad magic show. Look over here at the shiny link, not in my pile of public failures and bullshit, but from my short bus vantage point, helmet fogged with my own breath, it's clear you're just the sad clown fumbling the tricks. Flop, sweat pooling as the audience points and laughs. It's like you're auditioning for a role as the world's most desperate diversion artist. And buddy, you nailed the part. You are the worst fucking clown ever, complete with flea sweat and chicken skins. Your little flower squirts gravy, mister.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds so good.
The flea just laps it up. And oh, the padding. Sweet, merciful stupidity, the padding. You bloated fucktard, this turd with page after page of screenshots, logos skulking in corners, mug shots, taking a shit on desks, link trees branching like your family tree of failures, which actually turn out to look more like a fence post. Because that's what inbreeding does, in case you didn't get it. Get your merch here banners, waving like white flags you should have raised years ago. You trot out a flea market assortment of shop tiles like you looted a garage sale and duct taped it to your pleadings. None of this garbage addresses the real question. Is your suit a blatant attack on speech dissecting your public debacles? Your retort, but checkout buttons nearby, isn't advocacy. It's the whine of a Yelp troll who got booted for being an insufferable prick. You're so obsessed with pixel hunting that you forgot to justify why any of this absolves your own documented disasters. It's pure filler, like cramming a balloon with hot air and pretending it's a blimp. Or maybe, I don't know, the banana you fell in love with. Pro tip, Bubbles. Court can sniff out a desperate deflection from across state lines, even if it's camouflaged in an avalanche of printouts that scream, I have no case.
Oh, yeah.
Speak well of me, I'll hear it. Oh, you missed the part that we already are talking about, moist in your bullet points that you like, Megan.
Is Megan in here? Hey,
Yeah,
Megan.
she just popped in.
Oh, she likes to just pop in here.
You really give away the game with your so-called limited discovery fishing trip, which is about as limited as your self-awareness. You demand a paw through analytics, referral data, appointments, revenue streams, anything to claw at the messenger while ignoring the message that's got you squirming. That's not essential opposition. It's a dox-happy harassment campaign dressed up as a procedure designed to punish anyone who dares spotlight your screw-ups or your polyflop prolapse. You're begging the court to rubber stamp your vendetta with a subpoena, turning the docket into your petty revenge sandbox. If every thin-skinned plaintiff like you could force creators to barf up their backed secrets just for hurting your feelings, protections would be as worthless as your word. Ban the soy. You're not litigating here. You're looting souls. And it stinks like a guy who's run out of bullets but still wants to club people with the empty gun. And the tone? Holy shit. The tone reeks of desperation dipped in delusion. You harp on how these aren't hallmarks of journalism. As if you're the self-crowned gatekeeper of YouTube's press corps. You pompous hall monitor with a gavel complex. Oh, I wish I could do Volstorm's imitation of friggin' Cartman. Respect my authority.
Respect my authority. You will go. You will obey me.
I almost said opiated. Well, you know, it does
Opiated,
have to
yeah.
does have to hit the bong every 15 minutes, so it's not a far
he
cry.
does.
Opinionated cash flowing commentary doesn't need your rubber stamp to qualify as shielded speech. Courts judge substance, not your snobby style critiques. When a creator lays out, here's the mess, here's the public record, here's the roast, that's protected core expression, even if it wraps with a call me tag. Just like the nightly news segues to a detergent ad. The law guards the takedowns that's got you twisted. It doesn't evaporate because the guy hawks teas. From my Velcro shoed perch, gnawing on a crayon stub, you come off as an ultimate arbiter of authenticity. Except you're just a bitter has-been auditioning to be chief censor, flailing and acting. Oh, my eyes. Flailing and acting like the... Wait a minute. Oh, bus seat, helmet, strap. Wait a minute. What the fuck is going on?
Right here.
Right. Ultimate, except you're just a bitter has-been auditioning to be chief censor, flailing and acting like the arbiter of authenticity. But from where I'm sitting, in my short bus seat, helmet strapped tight, you're just a sore loser auditioning for the role of chief censor.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Let's talk about why you're sprinting to this. Oh, I'm having fun with this fucktard. Everything is an ad nonsense. You can't win on the merits. You don't want to engage with truth, falsity, privilege, context, or the distinction between fact and opinion. You don't want to you don't want to touch the records, the hearings, the orders, the publicly documented behavior that sparked coverage. So you're trying to drag the form fight into the gift shop. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, please ignore the no-no I did in my pants. I observed instead this clickable link. That's not lawyering. It's ego therapy for a perpetual loser, a distraction so transparent. It's basically see-through lingerie on a lie.
Or like if you saw one of the fleas in lingerie. No wonder they're always hacking up.
Yeah, my COPD-induced allergy. You're evading the essence like a coward. Excuse me. Dodging draft notices. And it's as obvious as the ego on your, or the egg on your face. Well, the ego, whatever.
It's not, maybe not the egg.
Worst yet, your brain-dead theory would penalize anyone with a shred of polish. Better production means fewer shields. High polish equals high vulnerability. You'd flip the script into a clown world mediocrity where competence gets crucified. Be too slick and you're silenced. That's ass backwards. The kind of twisted gotcha courts squash like bugs. It feeds the exact chill the speech suits these lawsuits exist to exterminate. Your endless exhibit circus, spelling more tea. Oh, I almost said niplets. Spilling more tea, snippets, calendars, monetizing mumblings, lays bare your true beef. Not defamation, but sheer mortification. You're seething that the story spread, receipts flew, audience ballooned. You slap AD on it like a biohazard sticker, hoping the judge skips the contents. But peel that off, and it's still razor-sharp critique of a public fool's public follies. Speech on your circus doesn't implode just because the ringmaster pays the bills. And because you know this is a loser on the facts, you pivot to not journalism, as if the First Amendment were a guild badge. Well, it isn't. The Supremes didn't scribble unless merch into the Bill of Rights. The Supremes? What the fuck?
Supreme Court. Supreme Court justices. The Supremes.
I was thinking of the girl singing.
Oh,
no,
wow, they're pretty hot, too.
Well, whatever. You can't neuter commentary with a Cash App screenshot any more than you can sanctify your own bullshit by bolding it into Kingdom Come. This isn't strategy. It's a toddler's tantrum, complete with the intellectual depth of a puddle. Here's the ugly truth your filing screams. You're pants-pissing scared of the spotlight and hell-bent on pricing out any voice that calls you on your crap. You crave a courtroom where critics must starve to speak. No logos, no links, no living wage. You demand discovery as torture, dismissal as delusion. You dub it commercial speech.
Yeah, full commercial.
I dub it censorship and clearance sales drag. The frantic thrash of a man exposed so often he's suing the sun for shining. It's the confession of a career built on bluffs, now bluffing its way into oblivion.
Please, please, please.
So here's my counteroffer, Bubbles. If you truly think the way to win is to argue that the presence of a phone number turns facts into sales copy, say it plainly. I want a world where criticism is legal until it works. Then it's advertising. Put that on your own letterhead and sign it in your own tears. Oh, those beautiful salty tears.
Oh, they're so salty.
That's the sole honest spin on your response. And it's why this steaming pile of shit deserves to be flushed straight to nowhere. Keep flailing with those screenshots. The court counts pixels, sure, but it also clocks clowns. And yours, well, it's collapsing under its own ironic weight. Hawked as a cure, hawked up as a choke. Signed, Shizzy Wiznut, your friendly neighborhood window licker with Velcro shoes, a shiny helmet, and a schedule wide open for sustained mockery.
Oh, and always.
And never, no!
Always owning you, just like your
okay,
daddy wouldn't.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
You know something, Yamaha. Yeah, I know that you don't get on Facebook that often.
I don't
Right?
go on there at all. I don't have
That's awesome because you miss out on some really good stuff. You miss out on some really good stuff.
I catch enough around here. Why? What's up?
This. She left just as soon as that kicked in.
I know.
She just wanted to get you. So this right here, you may not be able to see it, and I may not be able to pull it up because I suck at this. Doggone it. Damn it. Is this one right? If I can get to it. There it is. It's an open letter to Vomit. Because, he likes to send me these little articles, and it says this, pretty plain and simple. Open letter, Vomit. Your Polyflop rant is a mouthful of BBB's ween. 0 teeth, all shame. Vomit, your slurping BBBs load so hard you forgot how to read statutes. Florida's anti-slap says as soon as practicable at the earliest possible time after response. No 30-day mandate, no stopwatch, no law broken. And you need to look up the right statute, idiot, because you misquoted the wrong one. 11th Circus gutted your fantasy. Your state anti-slap motion to strike machinery does not apply in federal court. Federal Rules 12 and 56 control the timing, briefing, referrals, R&Rs, no emergency button, screaming dereliction because magistrate didn't teleport your schedule, peak polyflop brain rot. Okay. Well, now while you whine that he handled service extensions first. That's called jurisdiction, dipshit. Courts don't skip due to process to suck your anti-slap dick. Florida's version folds into ordinary dismissal paths. Reporters Committee Anti-Slap Guide, page 7, Florida statute integrates with FRCP, no special fast lane. Your Scarlet Letter List, Civil Justice Reform Act report, March 31st, 2025, 95% of the 6 months motions before jurisdiction judges, give or take 5% magistrates. One guy isn't gaming shit. The United States court data, dumbass. Table C7, your gotcha is a fart in a hurricane, fucktard. Amended complaint looks the same. Judge called it a shotgun pleading. Repleader order, that's FRCP 8A 10B. Clarify or die. Anti-slapped isn't a trapdoor. It's argued on a real record, not your blog's cum-stained vibes. Your polymop is a polyflop. You've proven jack shit. No binding deadline missed. No rule ignored. No prejudice. Just your impotent rage at a federal procedure repackaged as conspiracy for BBB's little circle jerk. You slammed your tongue so far up BBB's taint that you could taste the furry puckered starfish. Now do your own research or choke on it. Welcome, shizzy whiznut. Velcro shoes held up. Your arguments are still dripping, and we won't say in what. You're welcome.
You know, I'm glad I don't talk like that. That's just horrible. That's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
So offended.
Well, no, it was just really, you know, it's like he posts this kind of shit up on places, and it's like, you know, he wonders why he can't get any more than 7 people to actually even read his shit. I mean, that's the thing.
Oh, is that what he's managing? Well, yeah, I guess. Oh, what was it? I can't remember. Was it Jay? I think it was Jay. I think Jay gave him a thumbs up on 1, which brought him up to 4.
Yes.
If I remember right. That was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I remember seeing that one now. Okay.
I mean, you know, here's the thing that I've been noticing over the past, like, I don't know, year that I've been covering this shit, is that I think the fats are just getting worse and worse at actually being able to read anything. I mean,
well, it goes back to what we were talking about, close to around about this time period, where we said, hey, just sit back and watch, because you're going to see them become more and more desperate. Things are going to become more and more stupid. They're going to start throwing more and more shit at the wall because they're in their death throes, and they're just fighting. They're just fighting for that last breath. They're fighting for that last inch, that last ounce, and they're just throwing shit at the wall. Because they're desperate.
They keep hoping that someone big is going to help them out. Like,
right.
You know, somebody help us. We're like struggling here. And they're constantly flailing. And anybody that's serious. I mean, a perfect example is Sean, who is a potentially criminal. Okay. You know, here he goes, oh, okay, you know, this is in my neck of the woods. This is my area. I can handle this kind of thing. And then he gets in there and he was just like, oh my fucking God, this is a goddamn mess. Like, you know, and he's like gone, out, done. Yeah. And they're dropping fucking emails, and they're posting confidential information between him and Deuce that was involved in that in the first place. So whenever you start seeing that, it just goes to show that Deuce was involved in everything that Stark was doing, telling him what to say, what to do, when to do it. If people are sitting there going, well, it's because of Jeremy or Randy Shockett that Stark died, all you have to do is look at what he did with Sean. That's all you have to do is look what he did with Sean. Look what he does with any attorney that he gets involved in. He fucks them over. He did the same thing with KO. He's done the same thing with every single attorney that he's gotten involved in.
Yep.
Unless they, if they give him any bit of control over what's going on, you're screwed.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Megan, you need to get out those Richard Simmons VHS tapes. You need to get Nick Rekieta, mocking you and telling you to get off your ass and dance. He's going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. He's going to say, woman.
And stop, please, Megan, for the love of God. Stop giving the fleas a chance to do their version of your river dance. Okay, please.
Oh, no.
It's going to look nothing more like a fucking walrus trying to fight gravity. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be disgusting. I don't want to see it. We don't need to see that shit.
Well, they will be doing river dancing next.
Yeah.
They will. Because they're going to go, well, I mean, we tried doing our sails, I mean, we're sailing everything in our garage because, it might have a few roaches in it or something like that. But, we'll just go ahead and do that because, Jeremy did, because they're followers, Megan, they're followers. They have no concept of how to create good content. Unlike Megan and Mo, and I forgot who the other girl was. Megan probably tell me. But then you got Flux and all these ladies get out there and they have an absolute blast. See, the fleas don't know how to have a good time because it's all hatred. They're just all, I hate you. I hate me. I hate myself. I hate the world. They can't be like Rosalind Duke. Like look at this. This is awesome. Right?
So good, so good. Say the name, watch him freeze. Rosalind Duke has the keys. Click, receipts tucked in her sleeve. Tryna not panic, facts don't leave. Lit the fuse, then boom, clean cut. Bar room, and she'll sweep that up. Talk tough online, better show with the proof. One look, one line, case closed by Duke. So good. It's Rosalind Duke. She brings receipts, losers move. Run and hide if you feel that truth. Say her name, Rosalind Duke. Duke. She'll knock out that too. So good. Yeah, Rosalind Duke.
Lights down. One rule, bitches respect me or go fuck yourself.
Come on. I mean, they'll never get that level right there. They'll never hit that level.
Yeah. Well, and they suck at their video shit. Like I said before, I tried to give her a compliment, even with lips. On some of those, even though they were shitty ass videos, if she'd have got a hold of somebody, it could have potentially, at least been halfway decent. But that was the best that they had to offer so far, and it was still shit. They just can't do that stuff. They have no originality, no talent, no nothing over there. They're just
and they're wondering
spaces.
why they wonder why they're flailing and failing because they don't have any talent and any talent that comes in and joins them,
they can sell the shit out of fucking crystal dildos.
Oh, well,
but to each other, really.
Well, it is pretty much to each other. That's all they're selling.
Just,
just like, here, buy my shit. Maybe it's one of their sock accounts or something like that. I mean, that's I don't know. They aggravate the piss out of me. They really do. Yeah. I just you have the potential. You have the potential to, you can sit there and stream for fucking hours and hours on end.
Oh my God, yeah.
But you have no substance to anything that you do for your stream. I mean, I had that, like you, unfortunately Megan couldn't make it, but had all these wonderful content creators that came on. And the only thing that they got out of that was that there's a conspiracy. Everybody's going after us.
Yeah, there was something about that. You said, yeah. something about fucking, what was it? You supposedly admitted to something somebody was saying. And I'm like, admitted to fucking what?
Oh, no, here's what it was. I thanked Jeremy for teaching me how to do YouTube better. And that makes it some sort of conspiracy because they don't they don't seem to understand.
He has to approve everything. That's what it was. He has to. Oh,
anything.
So it shows that he's approving, that he's going through and approving everybody and giving everybody the okay. And so that's what it was. Yeah.
No, he gave good advice. It's no different than the expert giving me some good advice, or Valhalla telling me, "Hey, dude, you may not want to hang out with these people because they might be bad for your channel." Right. You know, that's the thing about it, is like they don't understand because they don't have that kind of support team. Their support team only supports them whenever they're destroying. You know,
it's like the blind leading the blind. I mean, they're just they as a group, they couldn't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. They're just stumbling all over each other.
No, they would probably be digging into it deeper, trying to get to the bottom of the chicken skin bag. Like, I know there's some chicken skins down there somewhere. I sell a Dutch oven for $40. Hell yeah, Megan. If you can sell a Dutch oven for $40, you're talented now. Or you can just disappear for on the stream for like hours on end and then come back and go, I don't know, man, I was like getting some groceries or something. I got to keep her stuffed with some, Doritos and chicken skins. If I got to keep her fat, man, because somebody else might want her.
Yeah. Fucking lung butter Loretta.
Oh my God, lung butter Loretta. But they tried to say that my channel was taken down. Of course, sure it was taken down. No, I showed the goddamn copyright strike. Yeah, no, they said that. I took my channel down.
Because I sent that to you after I noticed. Oh yeah, and by the way, Dillweed, your chat live thing was not on. And God, so I'm not going to go back there and watch it because I can't stand the sound of my own fucking voice. I wanted to go in there and watch everybody in chat, but I can't do that now.
It should have been on. It was on. No. It may take a while because I just got it approved this morning. So look, I'm pretty sure it was on.
You do that to me on purpose. Every time Megan is in here or the expert and I've got good digs on them, you're conspiring against me.
I'm totally not.
That's what it is.
Totally not. No, totally not. See,
whatever.
Now you got me concerned about it because I thought the live chat was turned
But anyway, that's horse shit. No, it was because of that fucking squirrel thing. And I was thinking about it at the time. I was like, I don't know if this is, or the chipmunk. I don't know if this is a good idea. But
it was.
But she's a friend of yours, and you knew. So I thought, well, okay, whatever.
Yeah, it should.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
Oh God damn it!
What?
It was turned off. But it was on. I had all that stuff turned on whenever it was streaming. It's because of that damn copyright bullshit. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have it on, but then you go through and it gets rectified and it pops back up, then it'll turn the live chat off?
No, yeah, I think that's what happened because I had all that stuff turned on because I was like, oh, live chat is going to be awesome on this.
I know. That's what I was looking forward to. No.
I am not copying your Trash Panda. This is Freedom Seeds for Peanut. If you don't know who Peanut is, it's okay. It's okay because there was a group that came in. What is that? New York. This guy had a black squirrel. Yep. And a raccoon that he raised from birth. And the city came in and raided his apartment. And this guy was like a YouTube or Instagram guy, something like that. And had raised this squirrel. The squirrel had its own like YouTube channel basically of doing like really cool stuff. And the city came in and killed Peanut. Like destroyed Peanut and the raccoon, and it was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, just it was disgusting.
It was disgusting. They came in, they're just like, "Oh, you can't have this," and they just killed it. Yeah. It was a very horrible story.
Yeah.
Does
It's jacked up.
What exactly do you mean by Dutch oven? Does it
Pulling
involve
cover.
pulling the cover
Yeah.
over someone's head? Yes, it does, Stephen. Yes, it does. Yeah, I remember him. The squirrel was their pet. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, poor Peanut. That's why.
Oh,
I
the
have
raccoon was.
frequencies.
Oh, raccoon was Fred. Is that
Yeah,
the name?
raccoon
Fred?
was Fred.
Okay, Fred.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to remember the name of.
Couldn't remember that.
I can't remember my name half the time, but it was a horrible story.
Yeah, that was just complete shit.
Yeah, say his name. Justice for the trash pandas. Exactly, Rug Mama. That's right. Fred was awesome. I mean, both of them were cool as hell. I mean, I wouldn't have them personally, but
Right.
if someone else is raising squirrels from birth, like finding them in the wild and raising them from birth, because mama left them or they fell out of a tree or whatever, then hey, why would you do that?
Yeah. It's just shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Well, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna send all you fine people over to go see the MG. I think he's probably still streaming, and everybody have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And,
Yeah.
Thank you, Megan,
everybody.
for stopping by and harassing Yamaha. He was expecting it. He was expecting it. He was like, oh, I'm going to get her good, and then you weren't there.
Yeah, well, of course, I mean, she doesn't want to show up when I first pop in here because, my intro is so much better.
Yeah, that's true. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny, so grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. Like count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow. Bitch, will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.